Things are getting shaky in Philadelphia. If you're a Sixers fan, you don't know what to think. You have Joel Embiid making a statement earlier this week in an interview with Maverick Carter that shook the NBA world, but if you were a Knicks fan, made you extremely happy because after he made that interview, reports came out flying linking Joel Embiid to the Knicks, a report that's been the case for the last few months. So this is not a surprise. Only right now, the reports have grown even stronger due to Embiid's recent interview. However, an NBA insider gives us what looks like a final update on this Embiid to the New York Knicks situation. We're going to break down all of this and so much more today on the Knicks Digest. Joel Embiid to the New York Knicks has been a dream, not only for Knicks fans, but I'm sure for Leon Rose and a lot of people in the Knicks front office. We're going to explain how we got here by looking at the Joel Embiid interview he did with Maverick Carter first. So this is the first thing that started it all. If you look here, Joel Embiid stated the following: I just want to win a championship, whatever it takes. I don't know where that's going to be, whether it's in Philly or somewhere else. It's not easy, but every single day I work towards it. That one statement where he said, whether it's in Philly or somewhere else, that statement created about 25 different reports from legitimately ESPN, NBA.com, Fox Sports, you name the outlet, they had a report on it. That's how powerful that one statement was, because it basically signaled not only to the NBA world, but also to the Sixers that, listen, my goal is to win a championship. I love Philly, but if Philadelphia is not going to give me the best chance to win a championship, then I am going to another place that is going to give me the best chance. So that's why I believe he mentioned that. Now, after that was said, this report came out from Steph Bondy. Steph Bondy released the following: Joel Embiid is an ideal trade candidate for the New York Knicks. If you don't know, Steph Bondy writes for the New York Daily News. And he also said the following: Embiid has been mentioned for months around league circles as the Knicks' ideal trade candidate. Leon Rose, who served as Embiid's agent before taking over New York's front office, has accumulated a bevy of future draft picks. Although some are protected in losing value, while demonstrating restraint in negotiations for stars lesser than the reigning MVP. So he adds more gas to this fire here by also stating the connections between Leon Rose and Joel Embiid, which I'm sure a lot of people already knew existed. But it's also the fact that Joel Embiid and his ties to the New York Knicks have been noted by sources league-wide. So that's something to note, because why the Knicks? It could be a number of teams. A number of other teams would love to have Joel Embiid, and you can make the argument Joel Embiid fits those teams too. So it's not just the Knicks that offer him the best fit. I think it's a combination of who he is, his charisma, the market of New York, and also the fact that the New York Knicks have Leon Rose as their president, and the connection that's there that Steph Bondy already outlined, and the fact that the Knicks see Joel Embiid, and probably have seen Joel Embiid since Leon Rose came into office, as their ideal trade candidate. But the reports didn't stop there, and if you're a Knicks fan, this one made you extremely happy when you saw it. According to Bet Online, if Embiid gets traded by Philadelphia, the Knicks are the favorites to land Joel Embiid at 2-1 odds, followed by Brooklyn at 5-2 odds, and then by Dallas at 7-2 odds. So all of these reports came out seemingly back to back to back. So Sixers fans don't know what to do with this information, because it looks like they're losing their MVP talent in Joel Embiid. And Knicks fans are looking like, what trade are we going to give the Sixers to get Joel Embiid from Daryl Morey? And if you don't know Daryl Morey, he would much rather keep Joel Embiid, even if he was unhappy, than give him up for nothing. He's going to have a high asking price for Joel Embiid if Embiid does want out and asks out of Philadelphia. Even if he points the New York Knicks as the key destination he wants to go to, if Daryl Morey can't get the assets he deems appropriate for Joel, he's not going to make the trade. So we have to understand that. But it's very interesting to note, though, that everything points to New York if Joel Embiid gets traded by the Sixers. And honestly, for me, I don't know why. Because in my opinion, Joel Embiid is a division rival. Why would the Sixers be motivated to trade the MVP of the league to a division rival that they're going to see multiple times in a season? Even if the Knicks have the best trade package and give up the most assets and give up the best young players, I still don't think it makes sense for the Sixers to do that, number one. And number two, if you gut the New York Knicks in order to get Joel Embiid on the Knicks, Joel Embiid plus Jalen Brunson and nothing else does not even equal NBA Eastern Conference Finals. So if you're not even getting there with Joel Embiid and Jalen Brunson because you gut your roster, then why do the move? I think Leon Rose has this in mind, and that's why he's not looking to gut his roster. He's looking to make a fair trade to get a superstar on this roster, somebody he thinks can change the course and the direction of this franchise. But he's willing to give up a certain amount of assets, but not the whole thing. He's not going to give up the farm to get anybody because he realizes, like everybody else does, you need depth in this league to win in this league. Oh, and let's not forget that if you get Joel Embiid, you also get these stats as well too. 33.1 points, 10.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists in 66 games. He was also selected to play in his 6th All-Star game, and let's not forget, he won his first MVP award. And he's always been mentioned in MVP talks for the last 3 or 4 years now because of his play. So he's always been in the conversation. He just won it for the first time this year, though. That is a huge accomplishment to anybody's career, but especially somebody like Joel Embiid. This is the reason why Leon Rose, so many fans, including myself, want Joel Embiid. Because at the end of the day, he can give you elite production. He's pretty good on defense as well, too. He is an all-star, a superstar in this league. And I think his addition to this team, depending on what you have to give up, makes this team a contender in the East. That's how good he is. We've been covering this story for the last few days, and we were waiting for another update on Joel Embiid's situation, and I'm glad we did wait, because an NBA insider from SNY and Ian Begley gave us some more information regarding Joel Embiid and what his status is in a potential trade to the Knicks, and he shut down a lot of the hopes and dreams of New York. SNY's Ian Begley believes the 29-year-old will want to win a championship only in Philadelphia, not anywhere else, as the reigning MVP previously hinted. Ian Begley continues by stating the following: the Sixers have no plan, no appetite at all to trade Joel Embiid to the Knicks or anywhere else. Embiid and the team both envision a scenario where Embiid finishes his career in Philly. Well, there you have it. Ian Begley drops the hammer on all of our dreams. If you had a hope or a prayer that Joel Embiid was going to be a Knick, Ian Begley just extinguished that, because this report essentially states that Joel Embiid is locked in to be a Sixer for his entire career, going the Dirk and Kobe route. That's essentially what Ian Begley said. And he's not the only source, by the way, to report this. We've seen other sources other than Ian Begley also report that Embiid values having a one-team legacy. So again, a lot of the reports after Embiid stated that he wanted to win in Philly or somewhere else, that's what started everything. After that happened, reports indicated that Daryl Morey and Joel Embiid met. And after that meeting, the feeling and the statement coming out of that was that Joel Embiid wants to stay with the Sixers for his entire career. If you were thinking that the Joel Embiid to the New York Knicks reports are now going to die after this report from Ian Begley basically definitively states that Joel Embiid will be a Sixer for the rest of his career, you're wrong. Because at some point, something's going to happen in Philadelphia, or they're going to start losing, or something's going to happen with Joel Embiid and his feelings. He's going to make a statement, and then the rumors and reports are going to come back all over again. But at least for now, if you're hoping that Joel Embiid becomes a New York Knick for next season, or even in the near future, I would say keep hoping and praying, but it's likely not going to happen. Because as of right now, from everything that we know, Joel Embiid is looking like he's going to be a Sixer for the rest of his career. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.